Oh my
Isa-save.
God, oh my God.
Piano
Okay.
Pascual.
Jojowain.
Jojowain or totropahin?
Nakakatawa. Jojowain.
Jojowain. Aljur Abrenica.
Totropahin.
Erwan Yusaf.
Jojowain.
Marlon Gerald Anderson.
Dati jojowain pero ngayon totropahin na lang.
Jay Cuenca.
Totropahin.
Coco Martin.
Oh, jojowain. Love ko before si Coco.
Jericho Rosales.
Oh, my first love. Jojowain.
Sam Milby.
Totropahin.
Richard Gutierrez.
Jojowain.
Yan.
Nakakatawa
Ding
ito.
Dong Dantes. Manonood ka.
Now, na mas matanda na siya, jojowain.
Ayun. Paula Avellino.
Totropahin.
John Lloyd.
John Lloyd, of course, jojowain.
Lee Min Ho.
Jojowain. Although kamukha siya ng father ko, so I don't know.
Gong Yu. Ano yun? Ayun na yung last.
So Gong Yu, favorite na favorite ko yung Goblin, so yes, jojowain.
Jojowain. Ayan. Hi guys! Again, this is LEI KALINA from Buhay Freelancer. And again, we have a brand new episode for today. We are now on day 4. Day 4 na po tayo. I'm sorry, episode 4. Episode 4, and for our 4th episode, we have a very special guest. She is a freelancer for already 13 years. 13 years na siyang nag-freelancing, and she is also, of course, a member of the Freelance Movement Tribe. If you are familiar with the Freelance Movement Tribe, and isa siya sa mga coach ng isa sa mga tribelets noon, which is the Savage Society. So please give a warm welcome to our interviewee for today, Miss Jozelle. Jozelle Tech. Hi, Miss Jozelle.
Hi! Good evening. Hi, Lei. Thank you so much for inviting me here.
Ayan, thank you very much. By the way, ano nga pala yung last name mo, Coach? Kasi nga, ang alam ko lang Tech. Pero what is your complete name talaga?
That's my real last name. It's my last name, Tech.
Talagang Tech? Meron palang
Yeah.
ganun? Akala ko palang screen name.
I think you are 678 person na naakala code name ko lang yung Jozelle Tech. But yes, it's
Talaga,
definitely
Jozelle
real name.
Tech? Oo, akala ko na. Pero anong nationality siya?
I think mix of Chinese and Spanish. I think. I'm not really
Okay.
sure. But yeah, my parents are both Filipinos.
Filipinos. O parang may Chinese origin siguro yung surname, no? Ayan. So, ayan, siguro we will start with this question na kasi nga I've been doing some background research about you. You have been all over sa YouTube, yan, sa Facebook. Marami na rin nag-interview sa'yo, di ba, Coach, sa, I think, Channel 7. Parang may nakita rin akong Channel 7 ba, tama?
CNN, Google, YouTube, and
then may foreigner May
Yeah.
foreigner pa nag-interview sa'yo last time I was doing my research. And then, ang nakita kong medyo cute story, we can start with that cute story na as a child, you were nagkakarera kayo using your wheelchair with your brother and your sister. So,
Mhm.
yung childhood mo was more or less parang normal, happy childhood, and you were not too bothered with yung kung ano yung whatever differently abled situation mo, no? So, how was that? How precious were those younger years na ano lang, naglalaro lang, and for you, it was just a normal thing na you were racing with your wheelchairs?
Yeah, well, I'm very fortunate that I was raised with two happy people, my mom and my dad, and so they raised us like just any other kid.
Mm,
Pinapagalitan kapag may nagawang mali, binibigyan ng reward kapag may mga nagagawa, especially sa school. We have our bonding moments together, may playtime, merong study time. Um, I think during those days, I never felt that I was different or I have this differently I was different from other people. I've
mm,
always think that I'm just, a regular ordinary girl, just really doing whatever I want. Um
mm,
and back then, I'm also very fortunate to have found real friends. And even, some of them are still my friend up to this day. Kahit yung pinakaunang best friend ko, na kapitbahay ko until now, magkaibigan pa rin kami. And because of those people that I'm surrounded with, sobrang naging masaya talaga and memorable yung childhood ko. Not just because I get to play, but I feel loved and
mm.
cared for by these people.
Ang saya naman, no? Parang hindi mo na alintana yung whatever situation you have, no? Kasi nga, you were surrounded by, saka nakikita naman with your personality na parang lahat yata ng pictures mo naka-smile, nagme-makeup, nagsuswimming, nakita ko yung mga YouTube videos. So, it's compared to others na yung iba nga kompleto nga sila pero malulungkot naman yung mga buhay nila for some reason. So, in a way you are blessed because you still have both parents. Tama po ba?
No, my dad passed away when I was 12. My
Okay.
mom is in the US.
I see, I see. Ayun pa, tama yung sabi mo nga magkakahiwalay kayo ng location.
Yes.
Ayun. Ayan. So yun nga, yung very positive personality. And yung nakita ko rin from your YouTube video na you went to a regular school. No, hindi naman siya talagang special school for the differently abled. It's a regular school which you entered. Ano ba yung pinag-aralan mo, coach? Saka what was
Yeah,
your course? What school was that?
I never entered any special schools. I've always um, studied in a private school from nursery up to college. So elementary and high school here in Pasig, and then sa college I went to Mapua, Makati for information
Okay.
technology, and then I transferred to Informatics International College with the same course, information technology, but it's
Mm,
an advanced diploma majoring in multimedia arts.
I see, I see. So nagmapuwa ka muna before transferring to informatics.
Yes.
Ayun siya. Okay, okay. Ayan. So, and then from there, pero supposed to be, dapat you're supposed to pursue kung ano yung pinag-aralan mo na course, right? Ano nga yung engineering ba siya? Kasi usually engineering ang
Information
nakuha.
technology, it's really about computers.
Mm-mm.
I've always wanted to become a pilot, but reality check, it's not possible for me. And I fell in love with computers at a early young age when I was in high school. Kasi nung high school kami, sa high school subjects namin, may computer na. And then, that's how I discovered Paint and then Photoshop and a lot of other creative tools that I can use in designing and in creating arts and crafts. So, um, nung na-discover ko yun, I knew that if I won't be able to pursue being a pilot, then I'd probably go into a school na mas makakapag-focus ako or makakagamit ako mostly ng computer because um I definitely I cannot walk. It's going to be hard for me. But my brain and my hands are working very well, and so that's what I did.
Kaya, saka parang wala namang obstacle yun eh. Kung you have your hands, you have your computer, so kahit saan pang client siya, kahit anong country pa, no? So, yun yung beauty of computers and technology. Pero like, yun nga, how did your freelancing journey start? Was it right after graduation na nag-umpisa ka agad with
Yeah,
freelance?
right after graduation, actually, I had an OJT with a VPO company in Ortigas, but then I didn't like it that much because one, there are a lot of hassles for me, and it wasn't really practical. I was very pragmatic in terms of how I would be living my life. And back then, wala pang Grab, wala pang Uber. And so taxi or commute lang talaga. We had our own family driver, but then since I'm thinking of, working and having my own income, I don't think it was practical for me to hire someone to drive me and, go back and forth, especially with the gas and everything. But the BPO company offered me a job. It's just that I had to turn it down because comparing it with comparing the salary with the expenses, it's not really
Be practical.
profitable. Yes. And so I turned into my computer and search for, words like how to make money online, how to find online jobs, etc. Back then, years ago, more than a decade ago, hindi pa ganun talaga ka-booming yung online jobs or freelancing. Tipong very
So
few
ba
of
yung mga
us.
earliest? Were you
Yeah,
one of the earliest?
probably I'm a seasoned freelancer. Although I have to say that during those years, I treated freelancing as a job more than a business. It's like I'm working from home with a schedule, working for a particular boss or a particular company. Parang I'm still working on a corporate industry, but from home. I only started real freelancing where I get to work with direct clients or get to decide who I want to work with, when I want to work, and such. I think 2017, 5 years ago.
I see, I see. Pero from, ano ba yung 13 years ago? That would be 2010,
2009.
2009. Okay.
I
So,
graduated around March or April, and then after a month or two, I found my first ever full-time job. Sa Miami pa yon, Miami, Florida, um, yung company. But before that actual full-time job, I had to do a lot of side gigs, mga iba't ibang racket online.
sa Upwork siguro or Odesk pa siguro yung
Yes,
before.
wala pang Upwork noon. It was Odest. But I used to get jobs or gigs, as I call it before, on Craigslist, Odest, tsaka onlinejobs.ph. Yes, I did. I did accept a lot of part-time jobs, gigs, like even up to the smallest amount. I just really wanted to earn my
Mm-mm.
own money. And so yeah, that's how I started. I was a jack of all trades.
Na graphic design talaga yung in-offer mo
Yes,
before
that's
being a
my
personal
main
brand.
skill. Yeah, graphic design. Although I also did some SEO work, search engine
Really?
optimization. I also did some marketing, online marketing, different stuff for different people for different countries, different companies. But my main service was graphic design before I turned myself into a brand designer and
Mm-mm.
then a brand strategist, and then now really focusing for years on personal branding.
Personal branding, ayan. So if we fast forward ngayon, because that was 13 years ago na marami kang mga pinagdaan ng mga iba-ibang hassles. Pero fast forward to today, yun nga, you're a seven-figure freelancer, tama ba? I'm not so sure. A seven-figure freelancer, you're the founder of the Rolling Media, yun yung pangalan ng business, and you already have a lot of staff sa iyong agency, no? You're already an agency owner. Pero before we get into those successes, kasi nga, eto na yung situation mo that you are a successful freelancer, can we more or less focus, ano ba yung mga challenges that you encountered, or meron ka bang parang backstory na mga paghihirap din during those early years before you reached your success? Kasi nga hindi naman siya one click na successful agad.
Oh, definitely. I had a lot. There were times na during the early years when I was doing online jobs, I had experienced scam where I worked tapos walang bayad. And
Okay.
then meron din mga times na um, wala akong makuhang trabaho or wala ako agad malipatan or tipong when I was doing the freelancing kasi back then when I was doing yung full-time job, every time I quit a job, I make sure na meron na akong plan B or tipong may ano na ako backup plan or meron na akong mapapasukang iba. And my um tactic back then was every time I jump from one company to another, I make sure na mas mataas na yung magiging payout ko. But
Mm-mm.
then, of course, there were moments na um, mahirap, lalo na kapag graveyard. Isa yun sa
Mm-mm.
naging challenge ko back then kasi I work with EST
EST
clients
time.
or KTST. So, gabi dito, umaga sa kanila, I have to work along with them. And so, most of the time, tulog na yung mga tao dito, yung pamilya ko. Ako,
Mm-mm.
nagtatrabaho pa or kakagising ko lang. And then, kapag aalis kami ng family, wala akong tulog talaga kasi, you would want to bond with your family rin naman.
Mm-mm.
And
Parang call center agent ka na rin nun.
yes,
Diba?
exactly. And so, lagi akong walang tulog before.
Mm-mm.
Talagang kaya sanay ako sa puyatan. And then, some of the other challenges would be, while nung nagfe-freelance na ako, siyempre, hindi ka na naka-rely sa company, hindi ka na
Mm-mm.
order taker, and so you must be able to, find your clients, you have to really generate leads, convert them, close them, everything. Like, there were moments in my career where I do everything talaga. Ako yung boss, ako yung designer, ako yung
Mm-mm.
developer, ako yung assistant,
Ang
ako rin
galing mo
yung...
naman, coach.
So, halo-halo. Thank you. Halo-halo yung ginagawa. So yun, maraming mga ganong instances. Also, may mga time din na, I think 2012 ako nag-umpisa na nagkaroon ako ng 2 part-time jobs tapos isang full-time. So I was really working 16 hours a day. Those were the days na I was really focusing on work kasi kakaalis lang ng mom ko sa Pilipinas, and I was so lonely. I was sad. I was having depression that time, and what I did was I really focused on working. Kasi when
Mm,
I'm work, I don't think a lot about things na alam mo yun, yung mga personal issues in life. And
mm,
so dun talaga ako nakapag-focus. And back then kasi when I started to live on my own independently, I had to take care of all my expenses. So, doon ko nalaman na, alam mo yung buwan-buwan pa lang may dumarating na bills. Oh my God. And so,
Parang
um,
super workaholic ka, no, coach?
yes, back then. Hopefully ngayon hindi na
Hindi
masyado.
na masyado. Pero
Pero,
parang ganun pa rin.
um, so, during those days, ano siya talaga, like, talagang hustle. Doon nabuo yung hustle culture in
Mm.
me. Um, then, when I started my business, yan, siguro isa sa pinaka-share ko na challenge ko was not building enough cash flow. I treated business more like charity, where I get to hire people so I can help them without me really thinking about profit. But then, when the dry seasons come to you, yun na, mahirap na.
Yun
So,
ang buhay ng freelancer. Parang
yes,
na-experience ko yan.
you have to let go of people, you have to, accept na matatapos na yung projects mo with clients, the contract, may hindi na
Mm.
magre-renew, and all those things. And if you didn't build enough cash flow, talagang you will have a hard time. And so, doon pumasok yung quote, which I actually heard this recently from my business coach, Chris Do. Um, what you call this? Revenue is vanity, profit is sanity,
Okay.
and I've heard from someone, cash flow is reality. And so those were my biggest mistakes starting on. Yung when you were really happy with the revenue that you were getting, but you were not really looking into the profit of the business.
Mm. Okay, okay. So, that was actually paano kaya nangyari yung turning point? Kasi nga a lot of people maybe are interested in that. Marami ngayon na freelancers pero andun pa rin sila na parang job pa rin na kumukuha
Mm.
sila. Let's say may full-time job, may part-time job, tapos yun nga working more than 12 hours. Pero it's still a job. Paano mo siya na turn into, yun na,
Freelancing.
yung turning point na meron ka ng the rolling media?
Okay. In 2016, I had a huge hiccup in my personal life, and so I uh, had to stop everything that I'm doing with work, with my life, and somehow in 2017 I had to start all over again. And that's how I started to really do online freelancing. I started with Free Up. It's similar with Upwork, but they're
Mm.
more personalized. They have a different CEO right now, but back then it was Nathan Hirsch, and I really loved working with the guy and the company. I was their internal graphic designer, but I also get to work with a lot of their clients inside.
Clients. Okay.
So that's how I started to really, understand the difference between having an online job, like a full-time online job, and having to do freelance work. Um, and then when I started the ruling media, it was because of my YouTube channel. I did some videos one video went viral and people started to ask me about online jobs or on freelancing. And then that motivated me to, okay, sige, let's try. Gawa tayo ng mini course. I'm not really into any kind of coaching or course creators stuff like that. I just really wanted to teach people because they keep on asking me the same thing. How po, or paano ba start? How can we do that? Ganyan. And so, okay, sige, because sige, let's do that. Let's try to do it. And then, I've a lot of people enrolled, but I only accepted a few. I think 15 lang sila. And then I charge around 3K back then for 2 months.
Wow. Malaki na yun, ah.
And then, no, it was 3K pesos for,
Pesos.
yeah, 3K pesos for 2 months, like weekly call kami noon for 15 people. It wasn't really huge, but I wasn't really thinking about the money kasi ang pinaka-goal ko lang naman talaga noon was one, pagbigyan sila. Second is, para maituro ko kung paano ba talaga ginagawa, and the main reason why I asked them to pay at least 3,000 if I'm not mistaken, 2,000 or 3,000 pesos is for them to have a skin in the game. Kasi I will be
So,
spending
kailangan
time
may commitment.
and effort. And so, gusto ko lang sila na, okay, sige, you spent like this. And that was the start. And from that group, I found a few people who were really committed, who shares the same value as I am. And so, habang nag-work ako nun sa free app, nagtuloy-tuloy yung pag-outsource ko sa kanila ng projects. And that's how I get to start the rolling media.
Okay.
I entered the tribe before I built the rolling media, but upon entering the tribe, that's how I get to double up my closing rates inside free app. I think I was one of their highest closers inside the free app community. Kasi ginagawa ko yung mga tinuturo ni John, ni JT at Tribe, ina-apply ko sa free app. And so, mas napapabilis yung closing ko doon sa mga kliyente. The more I close, the more projects I get, the more I get to outsource to these people. And then, that's how I get to start to build my team.
So you joined the tribe. If i-clarify ko lang kasi baka yung mga nanonood hindi nila alam yung tribe. The Freelance Movement Tribe, yung Freelance Movement by John Pagulayan, and you entered it. Batch 1 ka ba, Coach?
Batch 2.
Batch 2.
November 2018.
Okay. Kasi ang batch 1 niya is 2017.
No.
Pero that time?
2018 pa rin.
2018
pero July. I didn't know about it that time. Ang una kong pinasukan kasi yung community was Social Media Academy. And nakakatawa, magkatabi lang pala yung the freelance movement tribe noon at saka SMA halos. Pero I don't know, I didn't notice the tribe back then. Siguro hindi pa talaga time for me to...
Paano magkatabi? Magkatabi
like,
sa...
I attended this conference. I think Freelancer Fair. It's a fair. Freelancers. Freelancer Fair.
Okay.
2018. And doon ako pumasok sa Social Media Academy because the person who invited me, which is who was Fred Mosquida, was part of SMA. And then later on, nung nandun ako sa SMA, ganyan, I was really learning about social media, and then I was focusing on my stuff like branding and design. Then I get to watch a video of John naman sa YouTube. So si John, kita ko siya sa YouTube. I think interview yon, and then parang yung he's talking about how to become a 7-figure freelancer. Like, oh, that's nice. Parang, "Uy, gusto ko yun." Parang gano'n. Kasi back then meron akong ceiling na, na 100K cap.
Oo.
Kumikita ako ng 100K, but I was really killing myself working.
Sobrang hirap.
Yes, with different clients or companies. Tapos halos wala akong ginawa kundi magtrabaho, kumain, matulog, magtrabaho, kumain, matulog.
Mm.
So I treated business more like charity, where I get to hire people so I can help them without me really thinking about profit. But then, when the dry seasons come to you, na, mahirap na.
Yun
So
ang buhay ng freelancer. Parang
yes,
na-experience ko yan.
you have to let go of people, you have to, accept na matatapos na yung projects mo with clients, the contract, may hindi na magre-renew, and all those things. And if you didn't build enough cash flow, talagang you will have a hard time. And so, doon pumasok yung quote, which I actually heard this recently from my business coach, Chris Do. What you call this? Revenue is vanity, profit is sanity, and I've heard from someone, cash flow is reality. And so those were my biggest mistakes starting on. Yung when you were really happy with the revenue that you were getting, but you were not really looking into the profit of the business.
Okay. So, that was actually, paano kaya nangyari yung turning point? Kasi nga, a lot of people maybe are interested in that. Marami ngayon na freelancers, pero andun pa rin sila na parang job pa rin. Na kumukuha sila, let's say, may full-time job, may part-time job, tapos yun nga, working more than 12 hours. Pero it's still a job. Paano mo siya na-turn into yun na yung turning point na meron ka ng the rolling media?
Okay. In 2016, I had a huge hiccup in my personal life, and so I had to stop everything that I'm doing with work, with my life. And somehow in 2017, I had to start all over again. And that's how I started to really do online freelancing. I started with FreeUp. It's similar with Upwork, but they're more personalized. They have a different CEO right now, but back then it was Nathan Hirsch. And I really loved working with the guy and the company. I was their internal graphic designer, but I also get to work with a lot of their clients inside.
Okay.
So that's how I started to really, understand the difference between having an online job, like a full-time online job, and having to do freelance work. And then when I started the rolling media, it was because of my YouTube channel. I did some videos. One video went viral, and people started to ask me about online jobs or online freelancing. And then that motivated me to, okay, sige, let's try. Gawa tayo ng mini course. I'm not really into any kind of coaching or course creators stuff like that. I just really wanted to teach people because they keep on asking me the same thing. How po, or paano ba start? How can we do that? Ganyan. And so, okay, sige, because sige, let's do that. Let's try to do it. And then, a lot of people enrolled, but I only accepted a few. I think 15 lang sila. And then I charged around 3K back then for 2 months.
Malaki
Yun.
na yun, ah.
And then, no, it was 3K pesos for,
Pesos.
yeah, 3K pesos for 2 months, like weekly call kami noon for 15 people. It
Mm,
wasn't really huge, but I wasn't really thinking about the money kasi ang pinaka-goal ko lang naman talaga noon was one, pagbigyan sila. Second
okay.
is, para maituro ko kung paano ba talaga ginagawa, and the main reason why I asked them to pay at least 3,000, if I'm not mistaken, 2,000 or 3,000 pesos is for them to have a skin in the game. Kasi I will
Yeah,
be
so
spending
kailangan
time
may commitment.
and effort. And so, gusto ko lang sila na, okay, sige, you spent like this. And that was the start. And from that group, I found a few people who were really committed, who shares the same value as I am.
Mm.
Um, and so, habang nag-work ako nun sa free app, nagtuloy-tuloy yung pag-outsource ko sa kanila ng projects. And that's how I get to start the rolling media.
Okay,
Really,
okay.
I entered the tribe before I built the rolling media, but upon entering the tribe, that's how I get to double up my closing rates inside
Mm.
free app. I think I was one of their highest closers inside the free up community. Kasi ginagawa ko yung mga tinuturo ni John, ni
Mm.
JTL Tribe, ina-apply ko sa free up. And so, mas napapabilis yung closing ko doon sa mga kliyente. The more I close, the more projects I get, the more I get to outsource to these people. And then,
Mm.
that's how I get to start to build my team.
So you joined the tribe. If i-clarify ko lang kasi baka yung mga nanonood hindi nila alam yung tribe. The Freelance Movement Tribe, yung Freelance Movement by John Pagulayan, and you entered it. Batch 1 ka ba, coach?
Batch 2.
Batch 2.
November 2018.
Okay, okay. Kasi ang batch 1 niya is
July.
2017.
No,
Pero that time,
2018 pa rin.
2018
Pero
pa rin.
July. I didn't know
Early.
about it that time. Ang una kong pinasukan kasi yung community was Social Media Academy.
Mm.
And nakakatawa, magkatabi lang pala yung the freelance movement tribe noon at saka SMA halos. Pero I don't know, I didn't notice the tribe back then. Siguro hindi pa talaga time for me to
Paanong
enroll.
magkatabi? Magkatabi
Like,
sa
I attended this conference. I think Freelancer Fair. It's a
freelance
fair for
blend.
freelancers. Freelancer Fair.
Okay.
2018. And
Mm.
doon ako pumasok sa um, Social Media Academy because the person who invited me, which is who was Fred Mosquida, was part of SMA. And
Okay.
then later on, nung nandun ako sa SMA, ganyan, I was really learning about social media, and then I was focusing on my stuff like branding and design. Then I get to watch a video of John naman sa YouTube. So si
Mm.
John, kita ko siya sa YouTube. I think interview yon, and then parang he's talking about how to become a seven-figure freelancer. Like, oh, that's nice. Parang, "Uy, gusto ko yon." Parang ganon. Kasi back then, meron akong ceiling na 100K cap.
Oo.
Kumikita ako ng 100K, but I was really killing myself working.
Sobrang hirap.
Yes, with different clients or companies. Tapos, halos wala akong ginawa kundi magtrabaho, kumain, matulog. Magtrabaho, kumain, matulog.
Mm. Pero sa bahay naman kasi nga you're not doing household chores naman, di ba?
Yeah.
So talagang focus ka talaga sa
Yes,
work.
when I started to live independently, I had to pay for my kasama sa bahay.
Mm.
So I have to really work if for me to be able to,
To
pay
afford.
them.
Mm-mm.
Yes.
Okay. Ayan. So, like you already have your rolling media, meron siyempre lahat ng business may mga challenges din siya. May mga downside. Just like a normal business owner. Ano kaya yung, pwede kayong malaman yung mga more or less challenges din sa rolling media?
Well, yun. Yung una would be the one I mentioned earlier, not really focusing on profit, also building enough cash flow, enough cushion for dry seasons, for the months, or even a year of you not having luck or clients coming in to you. Another would be hiring and firing people. It was really a challenge for me. The first time that I had to let go of someone in my company, I was really crying my heart out. Like
Mahirap
after,
din pala yun, no? From the person
yes,
who's
definitely.
firing.
Yes,
Minsan
it
kasi
is.
mas akala nung nile-let go mo, masakit sa kanya. Yung pala pati yung sa boss din, masakit din.
Of course, especially that I treat my team, my squad, as I call them, my family, my second family. And so, when I had to, let go of people who aren't really serving well in the business or who aren't really fit in the
Mm.
culture, because I have to think of the welfare then of the bigger people inside, meaning
Okay.
like 1:5. So of course I have to think about the other 5 people working with the rolling media. And I treated them as a friend, and so letting go of those people really uh break my heart. And even the times na may dumating yung mga time na wala na kaming cash flow or wala na akong pambayad sa kanila, of course, I have to let them go kasi nga hindi naging tama yung proseso ng pagbubuo ko ng company. And so I had to, start over again. O kaya there were even a time where I have this very big client where he is actually taking up like 70% of our revenue and profit. And
Mhm.
so when he left, sobrang napilayan kami. Kasi
Oo.
ang laki ng porsyento niya eh. And so, those were my mistakes, the challenges I've gone through. And I'm happy that I've gone through it early on in the business kasi at least I get to know what I have to do for us to have a better cash flow and to have a better process on the coming years.
Mm.
Kumbaga
Ayan,
may rookie mistakes.
may mga mistakes. Siyempre lahat naman tayo 'no, when we're doing business. Ayan, pero you're so young, you're only 30,
1.
30 ba? 31 lang, my gosh. Ayan, but you're already an agency owner and then seven-figure freelancer din. So, ngayon naman parang you're enjoying your business na as a parang marketing agency or full service digital marketing agency na nga siya, no? Ano ba yung mga upsides of right now you're living the life of a true freelancer na you have your own time or siyempre ano na rin yung financially well off na rin, you can travel, nakita ko yung saan ka ba usually yung mga nagta-travel? What are those perks that you're enjoying right now para ma-inspire naman yung mga
Okay.
bagong
Well,
freelance?
the Rolling Media is a personal branding studio. I have an intentional small team of experts who are working with me. I have a designer, video editor, a strategist, content writer,
Wow, ang
and
dami,
an admin. Um, I guess one of the best perks that I can share would be time freedom in terms of when I want to work, where I want to work,
Mm.
who I want to work with, like freedom with having options, having a choice for myself and for my team. Now I can sleep whenever I want, you know, kapag pagod ako, I cannot work or I have to rest or I have to, you know, um, do personal stuff. I would just tell my team, guys, I'll be out, and then just message me for whatever. I'll get back to you later. Unlike before na todo paalam ka pa sa boss mo, o kaya talagang kapag magli-leave ka for vacation, kailangan mo mag-set ng what you call that? 2 weeks
Ahead.
notice. Mga ganyan. I get to decide, and somehow it's a combination of good and bad, because of course, as someone leading my company, I have to not just decide for myself, but for the whole team. I always treat the team as my family, na tipong I'm the head of the family, so what I would kung ano yung magiging decision ko, makaka-apekto sa kanila. And so I have to be smart with my decisions. Another would be, of course, better income, better lifestyle. I can buy whatever food I'm craving for. You know naman, food is life. And then I get to travel. Sometimes I get to travel with my team.
Saan kayo nag-travel na?
We get to go to some beaches o kaya sa Tagaytay. Kasi my team are all over the Philippines. Yung isa taga Baguio, yung isa taga South Cotabato, yung isa taga Cavite. Iba-iba. And
Ikaw ba,
so,
coach? Saan location
I'm
mo?
from Metro Manila.
Metro Manila. O nga pala, Pasig, no? Pasig.
Yes. And so, before COVID, we get to really, you know, meet in person to just really bond, because I feel like mas nabubuo ko rin yung bond ng buong team when we do activities outside work. So we get to do that. I get to finance that. And then ako rin, personally, since I love traveling, I love exploring new things, I get to do that. Hopefully more this year or next year, but you know, I get to experience the lifestyle that I've been wanting to have. Although even back then naman when I was a kid, my parents get to give us a very comfortable life, but it's just very different when you get to do it for your own and for your family. When I travel going to Balisin with my mom, I was very, very happy about that, because that was
Talaga?
to, ano yun, nakabawi ako kahit papaano sa mga nagawa niya. Of course, I won't be able to give back everything, but we get to enjoy like vacations together with my friends and her, like in my coming from my own pocket.
Ayun. Ayun pala, itatanong ko lang kasi yung pag in-edit ko yung video, is it okay to get may mga videos ka rin sa Facebook, no? Parang isisingit ko lang siya, mga situationers, whatever. Pwede kaya yun na?
Yep.
I'll just get your permission to grab yung mga video na para mga situationer, para hindi lang puro ganito yung setup nung pag in-edit ko siya. Ako actually gumagawa lahat.
Okay.
Wala akong
Cool,
video
yes.
editor.
Yeah, when I was doing my YouTube before, I was also the one doing everything.
Everything.
Editing, scripts, concepts, thumbnails, promotions, etc.
Ayun. So, hindi, madali na actually ngayon sa Canva. Madali na, pati yung, kunyari, may music, ang dali na lahat dun sa Canva. Nung recently ko lang siya na-discover. Ayan. So, and I also saw na mahilig ka daw sa sports. Yun nga, I saw your swimming video. Meron ka pa. And then you mentioned na gusto mo mag-scuba diving.
Yeah,
Sorry. Skydiving pala. Scuba diving
well,
or
both.
skydiving?
I love to try them both. I did snorkel before, but I wanted to try scuba diving, skydiving, extreme activities, kumbaga. Although medyo restricted pa ako for those things, but yeah, one day I hope I get to experience those things.
Kasi kailangan mo talaga ng mga extra assistant for that, no? Or yung sinabi mo nga na kung mag-skydiving, tas kaya lang natatakot ka nga yung paglapag na kailangan kasi nakaano yung paa, eh. 'Di ba ganun ba yun? Or yung
Yes.
yung skydiving assistant will need to have extra o kailangan may extra assistance
Yep.
for that, no? So, ayun. Pero nakakatuwa ka, coach, kasi nga yung iba kasi nga na kumpleto naman sila pero hindi sila gano'n ka-interested sa mga extreme, yung maraming fears. Pero ikaw, parang mas gustong-gusto mo yung mga yung you mentioned nga extreme sports, 'no? Hindi yung mga badminton lang, ping-pong or
Yeah, well, I just feel like it makes me feel more alive. And so I really wanted to experience those things.
saka siyempre pero yung your condition is spinal, anong tawag?
SMA type 3, spinal muscular atrophy type 3.
Pero is it pwede pa siyang maayos through operation or
No,
is
I
there
don't think so. There's no cure for it. Operation is out of the options. So no, I don't think so. I think now they are formulating medications to prolong the disease, pero an actual cure wala pa.
talaga ba? Pero hindi naman siya nag-degenerate or something?
It
Hindi
is,
naman siya
but
nagpo-progress?
well, it's deteriorating, but I am managing it with different therapies, physical therapies, medication, general checkups. Yan.
Pwede pa rin siyang ma-counter na
Pwede siyang mapabagal.
mapabagal yung progress. Okay. Ayun. So, pero nakakatuwa yung ano mo, yung determination and also yung zest for life, no, which is kakaiba sa mga ibang ano. And ay may love life ka pa ba? Ito usapang love life nakalagay dito. May love life ba si Coach Jozelle?
Wala na. Matagal-tagal na.
Matagal na. Pero nagkaroon before siguro.
Yeah, I had a very long-term relationship.
And then, pero ano ba siya? Freelancer din?
Yeah, he is. He's more into arts.
Okay. Pero ngayon wala na.
Yeah, this is funny, Lay. I wasn't really prepared for this question. I think this is the very first time I was asked. So, yes, but
Gusto ko ibang kind of questions kasi nga we know the usual freelancing questions. So,
I know.
iba yung question sa akin.
Nakakatuwa naman, nakakatuwa. Parang nagulat lang ako, okay, this is really different. Okay.
Para iba naman. Tapos yung research ko nga na PWD Freelancing Philippines is a Facebook group na nag-start siya noong Feb 2018 with 300 members and you're part of that. Meron ba siyang mission na or objectives for the PWD freelancers?
Yeah, well, I started that when I started my YouTube channel, so that whenever people need to ask me questions, they can reach out to me on that group or on that page. But currently, it is not active. But
Okay.
since I'm starting my channel again, I'm going back on track. I'm getting back on track on my YouTube. Hopefully I could get to build another community that would really be permanent. Kaya nga before I used to have Miss Able, I am Able. It's like I am Able, but I am, which is my nickname M, but that's really I am Able. Tapos I have that group and different things. Pero kasi back then, hindi ko mahanap yung anggulo kung saan andun ako as a disability advocate.
You're the founder.
Yeah,
You're
na
the
nandun
founder.
Yeah. I'm trying to work on something na makakapasok dun yung different aspects ng buhay ko. Like yung
Mm-mm.
pagiging entrepreneur ko, yung pagiging disability advocate, yung talagang personality ko. And so, right now, I'm really coining this term inspirepreneur. It's
Mm-mm.
a combination of every aspects of my life. And so, probably that's what I would be pushing forward.
Yun talaga ang what you actually embody kasi nga you're very different from the other freelancers, of course. And apart from that, itong PWD Freelancing Philippines, hindi na pala siya talagang totally active, but at least you founded it. And apart from that, yung nakakatuwa nga yung cover photo mo nakalagay na sorry, yung sa website pala, I cannot stand, but I will I will make you stand out. Parang ganon, no? For
I
your
can't,
clients.
yeah, I can't stand up, but I can make you stand out.
Sige, mabilis na lang to. Sige, kare-kare, adobo or sinigang?
Kare-kare.
Moreno or mestizo?
Mestizo?
Chinito or malaking mata?
Malaking mata.
Jollibee or McDonald's?
Jollibee.
Amazon or Shopify?
Amazon.
Jogging or swimming?
Swimming.
Singing or dancing? Mahaba to.
Dancing.
Ha?
Dancing.
Dancing. Singing.
Dancing.
Pwede rin dancing, no? Boracay or Tagaytay?
Boracay.
Skydiving, eto na, or scuba diving?
Skydiving.
Ballad or alternative rock?
Alternative rock.
Coffee or milk tea?
Coffee.
Kala ko both. Samyupsal or rice all you can?
Samyupsal.
Ayan. Beyonce or J-Lo?
Beyonce.
Eto na. John Bagulayan or Aaron de la Cruz?
Yan pa pala yan.
Okay. John Orania or Jason Dulay?
John Orana.
Okay. I-interviewin ko rin siya. And, asa na ba yan? Mahaba pa to, iksian ko na lang. Favorite book and why?
You Can Feel Good Again. It's a self-help book, which I'm not really into back then, but when I read that, sobrang helpful niya. It really changed the way I think.
Okay. And your favorite productivity tool?
Favorite productivity tool? Hold on. Spotify is not a productivity tool, but it really makes me
It makes you productive.
whenever I listen to music.
Ito, konti na lang ha. Itong para may konting naman tayo sa love life. Jojowain or totropahin?
Oh my God. Okay.
Piolo Pascual.
Jojowain.
Jojowain or totropahin?
Nakakatawa. Jojowain.
Jojowain. Aljur Abrenica.
Totropahin.
Erwan Yusuf.
Jojowain.
Marlon Stockinger.
Totropahin.
Mateo Godicelli.
Totropahin.
Sian Lim.
Totropahin.
Gerald Anderson.
Dati jojowain, pero ngayon totropahin na lang.
Jake Cuenca.
Totropahin.
Coco Martin.
Jojowain. Love ko before si Coco.
Jericho Rosales.
My first love. Jojowain.
Sam Milby.
Totropahin.
Richard Gutierrez.
Jojowain.
Ding Dong Dantes. Manonood
Now, na mas matanda na siya, jojowain.
Ayun. Paula Avellino.
Tatropahin.
John Lloyd.
Oo, John Lloyd, of course, jojowain.
Lee Min Ho.
Jojowain. Although kamukha siya ng father ko, so I don't know.
Gong Yu. Ayan na yung last.
So Gong Yu, favorite ko yung Goblin, so yes, jojowain.
Jojowain. Ayan. So if you have a chance, ayan, a few questions lang. If you have a chance to talk to your 7-year-old self, ano kaya yung sasabihin mo kay young Jozelle?
Don't overthink. Don't be hard on yourself. Don't stay sad for more than a day. Everything will be okay in the future.
Okay. And your message to your fellow differently abled freelancers, meron ka bang advice sa kanila?
I hope this 2022 you get to open your eyes, your mind, your heart, and your life to more opportunities that's happening through the use of internet and technology. I hope na mas makita nyo yung possibilities in becoming a greater part of this world. I hope you get to unleash your greatness because everyone is possible and everything is doable. Thank you.
Ayan. So you're actually the inspiration ka talaga ng especially yung mga PWDs kasi ikaw yung more or less pinaka-successful, no? Sa lahat ng mga differently abled na Pinoy freelancer. So, hindi ko alam yung kung meron pang iba, pero ikaw lang yung alam ko na talagang naging successful sa freelancing. So, for the upcoming newbie freelancers, ito na yung last question na, what can you advise to them? Is it advisable to enter freelancing if they're thinking about freelancing?
Yes, definitely. It is the number one opportunity that you should be grabbing as of now. And it's something that can really change your life and can really change the perspective in you.
Ayan. Naku, thank you very much, Coach Jozelle, for giving me your time. Alam ko, medyo gabi na dito, no? Alas 10. Thank you very much for your time. So, guys, that was Coach Jozelle Tech from the Freelance Movement Tribe. She is also the coach of Savage Society and also the CEO and founder of The Rolling Media. So, for more information, kung gusto nyong check out her page, her website, therollingmedia.com, and meron din siyang, I guess, Facebook page din ba? Or
you guys can contact me on Facebook. You can check me on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube. Definitely YouTube and my website, jozelletech.com.
Ayan. So, ayan, panoorin nyo yung mga YouTube channel ni Miss Jozelle Tech. Ayan. So, thank you very much and I hope to see you all, guys, for our next episode, episode 5 for the next episode. Abangan nyo po yan. Thank you, Coach Jozelle. I hope you have a lovely Monday evening.